Hi, welcome back. In this video, we will complete HTML markup for services section. Let us complete the HTML markup for services section. Okay, next we need to lay down our HTML structure for services items. We have two rows and each row has three equal columns and each column represents the service item. We can very easily lay down such kind of structure with Bootstrap grid system. We have already included the Bootstrap files to this index.html file, and you also learned about Bootstrap grid system in Bootstrap section. Basically, we need three things: the container, row and columns. Inside this content box, we will first add a div with Bootstrap container class. Second, inside this container div, we add a div with Bootstrap row class. And third, inside this row, we need to create three equal columns. We will add a div to create first column. And we need to add Bootstrap grid column classes, which is called -md. We have grid classes for large, medium, small and extra small devices. The option we decided to use in this course is medium devices grid class, which is MD. And after that we need to specify the number of columns, and the number of columns is 4. And the content goes inside the columns. I'll duplicate this div 2 more times so we can get 3 equal columns. Let us see what we got inside the browser. Now we have a row, and inside a row we have 3 equal columns. 4 plus 4, 8 plus 4 equal to 12, which is equal to 12 Bootstrap columns. Let us create the second row for services item. Here I will give you a tip about Bootstrap grid system. In order to create second row inside a container, we don't need to specify a second div with row class. We just need to continue adding columns. I will copy these columns and I will add them one more time, and it will automatically create a new row. Let us see the result inside the browser. Now we have two rows. This is the first row and this is the second row, and each row has 3 equal columns. If you have any confusion about Bootstrap grid system, please go back and watch Bootstrap lectures with grid examples. I'll remove unnecessary spaces. Okay, let me add the actual content inside these columns. We need to add an icon, a heading and some text for each service item. In this column div, I'll create another div for service item. I'll add a div element and I'll add the class attribute for this div, and the value for this class attribute is service item. It will act as a wrapper for service item. Inside this service item div, we need to create a wrapper for icon. I'll add the div element and I'll add the class attribute, and the value for this class attribute is service item icon. Okay, as you know, we choose to use Font Awesome icons, and we included Font Awesome files to this index.html file, and now it is the time to use Font Awesome icons. To add Font Awesome icons, we just need to use a single line of code. We write the I element and we add the required Font Awesome classes, which are Font Awesome. FA means Font Awesome, and the class of icon you want to add. I want to add a paint brush icon, and for that we can search Font Awesome icons on this web page. This is the icon I am looking for, and I will go for the detail, and it will give me the required class for this icon, which is fa-paint-brush. And I will add it right after the FA. And I want this icon to be 3 times bigger than normal, and for that I will use font awesome -3x, and I will close the I element, and we will have the font awesome icon on our web page. Okay, I'll remove the unnecessary spaces. Next we need to create a wrapper div for service items heading. I'll add a div element and the class attribute, and the value for this class attribute is service item title. And inside this service item title div, I will add h3 element, and the title for this h3 element is web design. And we got the title for this service item, web design. After that, we will write markup for service items paragraph. I'll create a div and I'll add the class attribute, and the value for this class attribute is service item description. And inside this service item description div, I'll add the p element. We need to add some dummy or lorem ipsum content for this paragraph, and for that we have brackets extension. Let me quickly install lorem ipsum extension. I'll go to the extension manager, I'll go to the available extensions, and I'll search for lorem ipsum extension. And this is the extension I'm looking for. I will go ahead and I will install it through this install button. It has been installed successfully. I will close all these windows and I will navigate to debug, and I will reload my brackets code editor with new extensions. I will hide this sidebar, and now I will show you how you can add lorem ipsum content using the lorem ipsum extension. Just write lorem and press tab, and it will add a dummy content for you. It is too much. We need to delete some of the content from it, and I will go for the live preview, and we have a dummy content for this service item. So we have wrapper for this service item. Inside the service item wrapper, we have the wrapper for icon, we have the wrapper for title, and we have the wrapper for description. Let me fill content for these 2 columns for first row. I'll simply copy the service item div, and I'll replace the content of second column for first row with the first column, and I will do the same for third column. And I will quickly change the icons classes. For second column, we need to add the laptop icon, so I will add font awesome -laptop, and the title for second column is web development, and the icon for the third column is font awesome tablet, and the title for the third column is mobile apps. So now we have the required icons and titles inside the first row. Okay, I'll pause this video for a minute and I'll quickly update the content for these 3 columns. I mean the content for the second row, and I will be back in a minute. Okay, I am back. I just updated the content for the second row, and let me show you inside the web browser, and this would be the content for the second row. I'll remove the unnecessary spaces. I'll select all the HTML markup and I'll right click and I'll select beautify to format the HTML markup inside the index.html file, and I'll go ahead, I'll save index.html file. Okay, we just finished writing the HTML markup for the services section. In next video, I'll start writing the CSS for the services section. I'll see you there. Thanks.